The X-Men are dead.
Luckily, this ain't our first time at the X-Men are dead rodeo.
We've just seen the first footage from X-Men 97 Season 2, and it reveals some exciting stuff. The clip, shown at Disney+, teases what's coming next for the Marvel animated series. One of the biggest Marvel projects of 2024 is the return of X-Men 97, picking up where X-Men the Animated Series left off. After a successful first season, fans are now eagerly awaiting Season 2, though we still don't have an official release date on Disney+. At Marvel Studios' D23 2024 presentation for Marvel Animation, X-Men 97 Season 2 was one of the big highlights. After the dramatic ending of Season 1, the first Season 2 footage was finally shown to the audience. Here's a quick look at what was revealed. The X-Men are sporting the Morrison suits, including Wolverine, Jean, and Scott. Nightcrawler is in action, fighting while wearing Egyptian robes. We also get a glimpse of the living Danger Room's female robot character, Danger. Plus, Wolverine, seemingly recovered from Magneto's attack at the end of Season 1, is shown with his claws out. In the footage for Season 2, we got a sneak peek at a couple of new characters joining the team. One of them is Danger, inspired by the Danger Room from the X-Men universe, where the mutants train in the X-Mansion. In the comics, the Danger Room becomes self-aware and plays a more active role in the story. While Danger was part of the X-Men the Animated Series, Season 2 will also shine a bigger spotlight on one of Magneto's children, Lorna Dane, aka Polaris. She briefly appeared in Season 1 as an older version of herself, but Season 2 will give her a more prominent role. As of now, the voice actor for Polaris in Season 2 hasn't been revealed. It looks like Season 2 probably won't drop until late 2025, especially since Marvel Studios seems focused on releasing shows like Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Eyes of Wakanda, and Marvel Zombies first. That said, there's still a chance Disney Plus could release a new trailer for Season 2 before then. And recently, we got a huge update for X-Men 97 Season 2 that could change the game for the series. At a recent screening of Season 1, Marvel Studios head of TV, streaming, and animation, Brad Winderbaum, revealed that 2 more Marvel superhero teams will be joining the show when it returns. Winderbaum teased, "There's many teams in Marvel that have the letter X, followed by a hyphen. I would put it to you like this, there's 2 other X teams in Season 2. So now the big question is, which X teams could make their debut in Season 2? One strong possibility is X-Force, especially with Cable leading the group. In the comics, X-Force is a more vigilante-style team, often working outside the laws that govern the X-Men, making them a perfect fit for the darker, more morally gray side of the X-Men universe. In terms of the storyline for Season 2, introducing X-Force could work well. At the end of Season 1, one major question is what will happen to the X-Men members scattered through time. Forge is seen searching for new mutants to carry on Charles Xavier's legacy, but Cable is missing. Season 2 could reveal that Cable formed X-Force to fill that gap, taking on a vigilante role while the X-Men are lost in time. This could also tie into Cable's character development. Season 1 ended with Cable reconnecting with his parents, Cyclops and Jean, but with their fate uncertain after being scattered through time. This might push Cable toward a more vengeful, less righteous path, one that fits with X-Force's more morally ambiguous mission. In this way, the introduction of X-Force could highlight Cable's evolution, especially with his younger self in Clan Ascani explores his origins. Another team that could make its way into Season 2 is Generation X, a younger group of mutants. This team could form in a way similar to Cable's X-Force, especially in the absence of the main X-Men team. In the comics, Generation X is made up of teenage mutants who are trained to carry on the X-Men legacy, but without the intense battles against supervillains the older X-Men faced. However, they still clashed with some big threats, like Juggernaut and Omega Red, who made a cameo in an episode of X-Men 97. In terms of the show's storyline, Jubilee could play a key role in forming Generation X. She was one of the most prominent members of the team in the comics, and in the Season 1 finale of X-Men 97, she and Sunspot were among the mutants left behind in the present. Given their growth and character arcs, it makes sense for them to carry the torch and form a new team. Generation X could also bring in more young mutants, capitalizing on the hints dropped in Season 1 about potential new team members. Including Generation X would align well with the themes of both X-Men 97 and the original X-Men the Animated Series. Jubilee's journey as a new X-Man in the first series could be completed in Season 2 by showing her, along with Sunspot, as senior members leading a new generation of mutants. Next up we have X-Factor, a Marvel team that could really align with the story of X-Men 97. In the comics, X-Factor is a spin-off team that forms when some X-Men start to lose faith in Charles Xavier's vision. While they still fight for mutants, they take a different approach and sometimes work outside the traditional X-Men methods. For example, X-Force poses as mutant hunters to secretly help mutants, which contrasts with the X-Men's more law-abiding tactics. In X-Men 97, the later episodes show several X-Men questioning Xavier's leadership. Magneto stands out as a character who defies Xavier, with characters like Sunspot and Rogue even briefly joining him. Even Beast, typically loyal to Xavier, starts to doubt him. This could lead to some members coming together to form their own team, much like X-Factor in the comics. Additionally, in X-Men 97's post-credit scene, Apocalypse and his Horsemen were teased, which ties into X-Factor's ongoing battles with these villains. The idea that Xavier isn't always right opens up interesting possibilities for characters like Magneto, Cyclops, Jean, and Beast. For example, Jean and Scott's experiences in the future might lead them to question Xavier's vision even more. Beast's past experiences could contribute to the same shift, potentially leading to a reunion of these characters to form X-Factor. Another team is Exiles. While this might be less likely than other X teams, the Exiles are a team of mutants from alternate realities who work together to solve problems across the multiverse. They're known for hopping between different timelines and universes, fighting enemies and helping heroes in each reality. Given how Season 1 ended with the X-Men scattered across time, Season 2 could potentially introduce the Exiles, helping the X-Men deal with issues from different points in the timeline, just like they do in the comics. In the comics, the Exiles are often led by Blink, who was introduced in the Age of Apocalypse arc. Since Apocalypse might play a key role in X-Men 97 Season 2, Blink's involvement could make sense. Although the Exiles didn't directly face Apocalypse in the comics, bringing them to take on this villain would be an exciting twist for the show. Finally, there's the X-Patriots. While they're a smaller and lesser-known team in Marvel Comics, compared to others like X-Force or Generation X, the X-Patriots storyline could work well in the context of the show. The X-Patriots were introduced during the Extinction Agenda arc, where Genosha becomes unsafe for mutants due to the actions of a cyborg named Cameron Hodge, who brainwashes mutants for exploitation. In the comics, after this crisis, a group of mutants from Genosha flees and seeks refuge in other countries. They eventually end up in the US, where they are dubbed the X-Patriots. Tensions rise during their stay, but they're eventually convinced to return to Genosha, which is supposedly safe again. Despite their brief role in the comics, the X-Patriots could be given a more prominent storyline in X-Men 97. Well, that's it. Which team are you most excited to see in action? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more updates on X-Men 97 and other Marvel news. We'll see you next time.